Frank is Frank, and that's why it's Frankly Golf. He will say it the way it is, and he's not a politician. He's not someone that's going to just tell you what you want to hear. What I admire is the fact that he is himself all the time, and he tells it the way he is, and even if it's unpopular, he just comes out with it.
I first met Frank, I guess it must have been in the early 80s when he was working for the USGA. And the amazing thing that I found out from just a short conversation we first had was how much knowledge he had of equipment and the golf and the history of golf.
Very fortunate to have a number of breaks. I mean, I was in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and joined the Shakespeare Sporting Goods Company. Henry Shakespeare asked me to develop the best golf shaft the world has ever seen. And I thought, well, how am I going to do that? And so I started working on filament winding shafts out of fiberglass, and then applying different materials. And Union Carbide asked me to apply their material called graphite. So I went ahead and I applied that, and we worked with the material, modified it, etc., until eventually we came up with the graphite shaft. I fell into that.
He was technical director of the USGA when I met him. And then I started, playing golf with him, and then I found out that he developed the graphite golf shaft. Then I found out he developed the Stimpmeter, or, redesigned it to introduce it. And then the gin system, and I'm saying, all right. When you learn the background and you take some time to discover the man and who he really is, you just can't fail to be impressed by just him as a person. He's a very, very passionate person, a very driven person who wants to really do great things for the game of golf, and that is what he's doing.
Well, I first met Frank in South Africa back in mid-70s, and I think he just started working for the USGA. And it was fascinating talking to him because back in those days there really wasn't a whole lot of discussion about equipment per se. And having found out that he was involved in designing the graphite shaft with Shakespeare, it really tickled my interest, shall we say, and really fascinating. And you could see the passion for the game that Frank had.
I've played golf and I've been through so many different equipment changes, but I don't really understand comprehensively what the equipment's doing. So anytime I ever ran into trouble, I'd pick up the phone and phone Frank, and he'd say to me, this is what's happening and this is how you do it and whatever. So he's been an invaluable friend of mine over the years and really been a great sounding board for me.
This is the Frankly Frog, and this came to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and between 2 and 4 in the morning I had the whole thing designed in my mind, and immediately I got up, I drew it up, I drew a little sketch of it, and then I came to work. I got the graph paper, I scaled it up and drew it up and said, that's exactly what I want. I sent it on to the CNC people to program the actual machining dimensions of it. And not one single thing has changed. From the time that 2 o'clock in the morning design till right now, not one single thing has changed on this putt.
Based on my background, I think the Frankly Frog putter is fantastic, and anyone can find out how great it is by simply hitting it, in the middle of the club, then hit it off the toe, hit it off the heel, and hit it off the bottom board. Then you'll find out for yourself exactly how forgiving it is. It's easy for me to sit and say, yeah, it's the best putter I've ever played with, but people have to find out for themselves.
We're really trying to help golfers. We're trying to, through innovation and information, help golfers enjoy the game more.
It's almost like we're trying to provide a service and help that they can't get anywhere else, because all the time people are trying to sell you things, and that's really not our driving philosophy.